Let's be honest, something big is changing in the world of finance, and most people are going to get left in the dust. They'll keep following the same old advice from 20 years ago, wondering why their savings are flatlining, and why financial freedom feels like a finish line that's always moving further away. But there's a small group of people who see what's really happening. They get that the fundamental rules of money, banking, and investing are being rewritten as we speak. In this video, I'm going to let you in on their secret. We're going to cover the 5 critical finance trends that will separate the savvy from the struggling in the coming years. And by the time we're done, you'll have a clear roadmap to make sure you're on the right side of this massive shift. Welcome to The Simple Wallet. This channel is your new command center for personal finance. Our mission is simple: to break down complex financial topics, like investing, budgeting, and getting out of debt, into simple, actionable steps that anyone can follow. We use data, AI, and real-world insights to create clear and engaging financial blueprints. Today, we're cutting through all that noise. We're breaking down the 5 most important trends reshaping your financial future right now. We'll get into everything from how AI is creating a new class of automated wealth, to the quiet revolution in your banking app that could make brick-and-mortar banks a thing of the past. So stick with me, because understanding this stuff isn't just a nice-to-have. It's absolutely essential if you want to thrive financially in 2025 and beyond. Section 1. Trend number 1. The automation of wealth. The first, and maybe the most powerful trend, is the total automation of building wealth. For decades, getting sophisticated financial advice meant you had to be rich. You needed a pricey human advisor and a massive account balance just to get in the door. Well, that era is officially over. The engine behind this change? Artificial intelligence, of course. But AI isn't just some sci-fi buzzword anymore. It's a real tool that's opening up finance for everyone. Platforms are now using smart algorithms to analyze market data, economic reports, and risk factors in real time, something that would take a human analyst hours or even days to do. So what's this mean for you? It means, for the first time ever, you can get investment management that's just as good, if not better, than what was once reserved for millionaires. AI-powered robo-advisors can build you a personalized portfolio based on your exact goals and risk tolerance. They do things like automatic rebalancing and tax loss harvesting with a speed and precision a human just can't match. Even things like getting a mortgage are becoming automated, cutting down on the soul-crushing paperwork and wait times. The business world is scrambling to keep up. We're seeing a huge shift away from manual data entry toward using predictive models to make high-level strategy calls. For the average person, this means the barrier to serious investing has been completely demolished. You don't need to be wealthy to start building wealth anymore. Here's your actionable takeaway. This week, I want you to just look. You don't have to invest a dime. Just research 2 or 3 of the top automated investing platforms. Compare their features, fees, and what they're all about. Get a feel for the landscape, because this technology is the new starting line for personal wealth. Section 2. Trend number 2. The bank in your pocket. The second huge trend is the rise of digital-only banks and something called embedded finance. It's a shift that's quietly making the whole idea of a physical bank branch feel as ancient as a flip phone. Neobanks, which are just banks that live entirely on your phone, have absolutely exploded in popularity, especially with younger generations. Why the sudden boom? It boils down to convenience, cost, and a better experience. Neobanks don't have to pay for thousands of buildings and tellers, so they can pass those savings on to you with super low or even zero fees. Plus, they're built on modern tech, not creaky old systems, so they can roll out cool new features and a smooth user experience that traditional banks can only dream of. The growth here is just staggering. The global neobanking market was valued at over $143 billion in 2024, with some projections showing it could rocket past $3.4 trillion by 2032. But the even bigger story is embedded finance. This is when financial services get slipped right into non-financial apps. Think about it. When you pay for an Uber or order from DoorDash, the payment is so seamless you don't even notice it. That's embedded finance. And now it's going beyond payments. These apps are starting to offer buy now, pay later, insurance, and even loans, all without you ever leaving their platform. The market for this is expected to jump from around $146 billion in 2025 to nearly $700 billion by 2030. This completely changes the game. The bank is no longer a destination. It's a utility that meets you wherever you are. This is incredibly convenient, but it also means you have to be more aware of who has your financial data. Your takeaway for this one is simple. Take 15 minutes this week and do a little comparison. Pull up your current bank's mobile app and put it side by side with one of the top-rated neobanks. I think you'll be surprised by the difference in the experience, the features, and maybe even the fees you're paying. A little knowledge is a powerful thing. Section 3. Trend number 3. Hyper-personalization. This third trend is the natural next step from the first two. When you combine the power of AI with all the data from digital finance, you get an era of hyper-personalization. The old one-size-fits-all model of finance is on its last legs. It wasn't long ago that financial products were just sorted into big, clumsy buckets. You were a conservative investor or an aggressive one. You got a generic savings account or a standard-issue credit card. That's changing, and fast. Banks and fintechs are now using tons of data and AI to understand your personal spending habits, your goals, and your behavior in incredible detail. And I'm not just talking about a chatbot that knows your name. I'm talking about predictive banking. Soon, your bank might ping you to say, hey, based on your spending, it looks like cash might be tight in 2 weeks. Here are a few options. It can analyze your habits and suggest a budget that actually fits your life. Instead of vague investor profiles, AI can create a portfolio tailored to your exact situation and even your personal values. It's like having a digital CFO in your pocket. Now, this is both amazing and a little scary. On one hand, you get advice and products that are way more relevant and effective. On the other hand, it brings up huge questions about data privacy. You're essentially trading your data for convenience, and it's critical to be aware of that deal. So, your actionable takeaway is to get in the driver's seat. Check out the personalization features your current financial apps already have. So many people just ignore the tools for spending analysis or budget tracking. Turn them on, play with them, and see if they actually help. The first step to controlling how your data is used is to actually use the tools it powers. Mid-roll CTA. All right, quick breather. I know we're getting into the weeds here, but this stuff is critical. If you're finding this valuable and things are starting to click, do me a solid and hit that like button. It's a small thing for you, but it tells the YouTube algorithm that we're doing good work here, which helps the channel grow so I can make more content just like this. Thanks for that. Let's jump back in. Section 4. Trend number 4. Investing with a conscience. The fourth massive trend is the rise of sustainability and ESG investing. ESG stands for environmental, social, and governance, and it's completely changing how we decide if a company is a good investment. It's not just about profit anymore. It's about how a company makes that profit. For years, sustainable investing was seen as this niche thing you did to feel good, probably at the expense of your returns. That idea has been totally debunked. Today, ESG analysis is a core part of any serious investment strategy. Why? Because everyone from investors to regulators now gets that a company with a terrible environmental record or a corrupt board isn't just bad for the world, it's a huge financial risk. A factory polluting a river is a future lawsuit and a PR disaster just waiting to happen. This shift is being pushed by two things: investor demand and new rules. A new generation doesn't want to make money from companies that are wrecking the planet or using sketchy labor practices. At the same time, governments are demanding more transparency, forcing companies to come clean about their ESG performance. And the market is listening. Global ESG investments were worth nearly $30 trillion in 2024 and are on track to hit over $127 trillion by 2034. We're seeing an explosion of things like green bonds that fund environmental projects and ETFs that only hold companies with strong ESG scores. This isn't a fad. It's a smarter way to measure risk. For you, this means you have the power to align your money with your values. But it's not just an ethical choice. It's also a strategic one that can help you find resilient companies and avoid the ones with skeletons in their closets. Your takeaway here is just to get curious. You don't need to change your whole portfolio. Just go to your brokerage's website and search for ESG ETFs or sustainable funds. Read about how they pick their investments and see what companies are in them. It's about educating yourself on a powerful new way of thinking about investing that's quickly becoming the new normal. Section 5. Trend number 5. The digital fortress. The final trend is the flip side to all this amazing innovation. The non-stop, escalating war in cybersecurity. With our entire financial lives packed into our phones and computers, we've created a playground for criminals. This has kicked off a financial arms race between our institutions and hyper-sophisticated cybercrime syndicates. The scale of this is hard to wrap your head around. By 2025, the global cost of cybercrime is projected to hit an unbelievable $10.5 trillion a year. To put that into perspective, if cybercrime were a country, it would have the third largest economy in the world, right behind the US and China. And the financial industry is target number 1. The attacks are getting scarily advanced. We're not just talking about stolen credit card numbers. We're talking about AI-powered phishing emails that look terrifyingly real, deepfake audio and video to impersonate you, and fraud schemes that are almost impossible to spot. In response, financial institutions are pouring billions into their digital defenses. They're using AI to fight back, automating fraud detection, hunting for threats, and trying to stay one step ahead. For any bank or fintech company today, top-notch cybersecurity isn't just an IT problem. It's a survival issue. What this means for you is that the safety of your money is now directly linked to the digital walls of the companies you trust. You are the first and last line of defense for your own accounts. This brings us to your final and most important takeaway. Do this today, not tomorrow, today. Go into every single one of your financial accounts, your bank, your brokerage, your 401, and turn on two-factor authentication. It is the single most powerful thing you can do to protect yourself. It's simple, it's free, and in this environment, it's completely non-negotiable. So, that's the lay of the land. The 5 key trends that are writing the next chapter of finance. The automation of wealth, the bank in your pocket, hyper-personalization, the rise of SG, and the ongoing battle for cybersecurity. It might feel like a lot, but all these changes point to one empowering truth. Knowledge is everything. The gap between people who get this stuff and people who don't is going to get wider and wider. By watching this, you've put yourself way ahead of the curve. Your financial future isn't something that just happens to you. It's something you have the power to build. By understanding these trends, you can make smarter choices, sidestep the big risks, and navigate this new world with confidence. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 5 trends do you think is going to have the biggest impact on your life? Drop a comment below. I read every single one. If you found this helpful, subscribe to The Simple Wallet for more financial blueprints. See you next time.